Well, as I said, if you want to construct a complete network of relationships, we do not just have this relationship between historical data and the rest 4 data sets. Okay. Basically, for each data set, all right, for example, insider trading, I need to set up the relationship between insider trading and the other 4 data sets. Okay. Then for quarterly balance sheet, I need to set up relationship between this balance sheet data set and the rest 4. Okay. So basically, for each particular data set, you need to connect it with the rest 4 data sets. So that's gonna complete this entire network of relationships, and that's actually a lot of work. Okay. So we are going to kind of give up this approach. Okay, we're going to use a more efficient approach, as I said. So to delete or remove those relationships we just established, hover your mouse over this line, okay, and right-click it, and you choose delete. Then this relationship between insider trading and historical data will be removed. Same thing, all right? Hover over this relationship and click on delete and click yes. So I'm going to remove all those relationships one by one. All right. Next, I'm going to introduce this so-called date table. All right. Remember, date is this data item or data field that appears in all those data sets and that connects all those data sets. That's kind of the key variable that connects all those data sets. And that's going to be the base of our relationships. All right. So when you have a key variable that's the basis for all those relationships, you actually want to construct a separate data table just containing this key information. All right. So I'm going to introduce a date table or date data set, which only contains this date information. To do that, I'm going to go to the external tools. All right. I already installed this so-called Bravo tool, which helped me set up a date table very conveniently. All right. To install this Bravo, okay, you can just Google it. So you can Google Bravo Power BI and click on this one, okay, Bravo BI, Bravo.bi actually. And this leads you to this kind of tool called Bravo. You can download it and then you can install it. It will be automatically integrated into Power BI and for you to use, okay. So I already installed it, so I will just click on Bravo. And it's gonna lead me to this setup. All right. You notice that the match dates are kind of grayed out. All right. So basically, I cannot do any kind of construction of date table without this tool. All right. The reason this function is grayed out is because you need to change some settings in your Power BI. So go to the File tab and go to Options and Settings and Options. All right, so for data load, okay, you should not allow time intelligence, automatic time intelligence. Okay, this is already unchecked, so that's fine. And that's for kind of global data load. For the current file data load, you also want to uncheck this auto date time for time intelligence. Okay, basically Power BI has its own automatic or default way of setting up date table or so-called time intelligence functions. Okay, but it's not always the best thing we want. Okay, Bravo, however, has I think, okay, at least my opinion, Bravo has a better way of setting up date tables and time intelligence functions. So without relying on Power BI's default time intelligence, then you can use Bravo to set up, to manage those date time. All right, that's why you need to uncheck those automatic time intelligence setup in this option setting. Okay, then you click OK. Now go to Bravo. I'll probably close this first and restart it. Now the manage dates function is available, right? You can click on this one, and Bravo is running, and to kind of automatically detect which way is the best for you to set up the table. So under this calendar tab, you have template, you have several choices. Mostly we'll just use the standard choice. Okay. The first day of the week, you can choose either Sunday or Monday. Okay, I'll stick with the original Sunday, the default choice. And you can also adjust, for example, the intervals. Okay, the dates table, you can change the name. Instead of calling it date, you can call it, I will call it Bravo date. Okay. So this tells me that the date table I constructed was actually constructed by the tool called Bravo. All right. I don't think I need to change other things. Yes, there's a lot of kind of options you can choose, but I think the basics will be good enough. Okay. The only thing I changed is basically I renamed the data table I'm going to construct. Okay, instead of the default name of date, I will just call it Bravo date. All right. Now you can review the changes. Okay, so this is going to be the Bravo date table I'm going to construct. It shows all the days from 1980 all the way to some future date. Okay, on a daily basis, and it also shows what's the year of that date, what's the quarter, what's the month. Okay, so all those kind of additional data fields or variables will be constructed based on each date in that data table. Okay, so I will just click on apply changes and done. All right, now you can see there's a new data set being introduced, Bravo date. Okay, it contains all the date related information or variables. Okay, and now I will base this relationship construction on this so-called date table. All right, so I'm going to connect this date field with the date under insider trading. Okay, and I'm going to connect this date with the date under the I'm sorry, I need to find it. Okay, you need to kind of let it move, but it's not that always convenient. But anyways, here, okay, let dates to overlap with the dates under the balance sheet data table. Okay, again, I'll first change the view of this card, and I will show date here. Okay, so once you have date shown here, then you can just again hold this date and move it to overlap with this date under the cash flow data set. Well, another relationship is set up. Okay, for the income statement, again, drag this date to be overlapped with this date to set up the relationship. Okay, lastly, drag the date to be here, so that relationship between the date table and the historical daily will be established. So now you have the relationship between this simple date table and the other 5 data sets. And in this way, all those 5 data sets are indirectly connected with each other through this middleman. Okay, this middleman being this date table I constructed using Bravo. All right. So now I have a kind of more easily readable data structure. Okay, you don't have a very complicated network anymore. So all the connections between those 5 data sets is actually through this intermediate table called date table.